I know anybody who's anybody and anybody who's not anybody is doing WrestleMania predictions videos, and I'm going to do the same because I like doing it and it's just a bit of fun. If I'm completely wrong, then I'm completely wrong, but I'm going to go through Takeover and WrestleMania and pick out who I think realistically will walk away with the victories and the championships this weekend in New Orleans. So first of all, NXT Takeover New Orleans. It's looking a good card. Actually, I'm actually looking forward to seeing this event tomorrow night. So I'm recording this on Friday, which is so tonight is the Hall of Fame. I won't run down the Hall of Fame again because it'll take this video really long, and it's going to be a long video anyway, considering the amount of matches that are happening at WrestleMania. So Takeover. Firstly, Johnny Gargano versus Tommaso Ciampa in an unsanctioned match. If Gargano wins, he'll be reinstated to NXT. But if Ciampa wins, Gargano will be banned from NXT forever. Okay, I'm going to go ahead on this one and say I want Tommaso Ciampa to win. Gargano, I think he should go up to the main roster. There's lots of rumours about a shake-up or some kind of draft post WrestleMania. There's always call-ups post WrestleMania as well. I like to see Gargano will go up to the main roster, and I'm sure he'll be quite successful there. But I would like to see Tommaso Ciampa dominate in NXT this year. This feud is, to be honest, needs to be blown off as well because of injuries. The feud's never really got going, and it's never reached the level that many people, including myself, hoped it would be. So I would like to see these two guys separate, and then at some point in the future, when after Ciampa wins the NXT Championship, which I firmly believe he's got the capabilities of doing so, and I think he will majorly feud with the man who I'm going to pick as the winner of the NXT Championship match this year. I would love to see them finally meet properly and have a proper feud when both are on the main roster. And so I'm going Tommaso Ciampa in this match. The next match may be the first of the night for Adam Cole. It's Adam Cole versus EC3 versus Killian Dane versus Lars Sullivan versus Ricochet versus Velveteen Dream, and that will be a ladder match for the inaugural NXT North American Championship. I'm going to say it here and now. I said it on Twitter, which shared to my Facebook page. It's just a personal one. I'm considering making a public one again for a YouTube thing, but it wasn't really great the last time I did it. But anyway, I said it publicly, and I'll say it again publicly. I actually like the NXT North American Championship belt. It's it's a throwback look to it. It's almost like a double strap belt. Really thicker. Almost like it looks like a boxing championship. I like the design of it. I really do. I think it looks good. It's supposed to be a throwback championship belt. So actually, like I said, I do like it. Out of these, realistically, well, first of all, I've been a Killian Dane fan for about 7 years. I would love to see him take the victory. Can't unfortunately see that happening. And realistically, I would say that the person walking out of New Orleans, the NXT North American champion, will most likely be Ethan Carter III, EC3. I think he's probably the best pick to win that championship. Sorry, Killian Dane, Demo, but I think EC3, the way he's come in, the way he's carrying himself, the way that he's been on NXT television. I haven't watched full episodes of Raw, SmackDown and NXT completely because I've been so busy the last few weeks. But I think the right person to win that championship is EC3, and for him to dominate this new division in NXT, I think it's the right thing. Adam Cole may actually have to pull double duties, if possible, as the next match listed is for the NXT. It's the triple threat tag team match with NXT Tag Team Championship and the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic. It's Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly of the Undisputed Era currently defending the NXT Championship against Authors of Pain, Akam and Razor, versus Roderick Strong and Pete Dunne, because Undisputed Era surely have got I think they're the best place to win. Whether we'll see a new member of the Undisputed Era, I think we might, because Bobby Fish is out, according to the Wrestling Observer and various websites as well. And I'm obviously tending to trust the Wrestling Observer website and reports. He's out. Bobby Fish is out for 5 to 7 months, which is a long time in wrestling, and especially WWE. Even in NXT, where things move slightly slower. I don't see any cause for Authors of Pain to take the tag titles again. They've been there, done that. Again, they're one of the teams that there's more talents that might be called up to the main roster this year, and I'm not hugely interested in the tag team of Roderick Strong and Pete Dunne. Ember Moon will defend the NXT Women's Championship against Shayna Baszler. I would go Shayna Baszler on this one. Ember Moon, again, another one I think will be called up, and she'll do the right thing, which tends to happen these days. You drop your NXT Championship, and then you move up to the main roster. So I think Shayna Baszler may actually take it. The NXT Championship will be Andre Cien Almas, accompanied by Selena Vega, versus Aleister Black. This one's one of the difficult ones of this weekend, of who I would prefer or think should win. I would like to see Andre Cien Almas kind of reinforce, cement his legacy as NXT champion, but I would also like to see Aleister Black win the NXT championship. I would like to see him walk out in New Orleans with that NXT championship over his shoulder, around his waist, however you want to put it. So I'm just going to go Aleister Black on this one, because I would like to see him crowned. You could always put it back on Almas. If they think, oh, we should have kept it on Almas, then they could swap it back easily. It's very easy to undo these championship victories in wrestling. It's a lot easier than some people think. To kind of almost reset yourself. We've had Aleister Black win the title. It's not. The reaction's not really great, and it's not really working. And then they can switch it back to Almas at a house show or NXT television tapings or whatever, or even a kind of a guest match on Raw or SmackDown or something. Whatever it is. Of course, they've got that biggest Rumble ever coming up. Maybe there, they can do that. But so there's the NXT Takeover matches. I'm going to go Aleister Black for the NXT Championship match, as I said, just to make it clear. And I would like to see him actually feud this year with Tommaso Ciampa. I think that would be an excellent feud. I really do. Especially, and I know it's too heel, so I don't know what they would do about that, but I think those two guys would have excellent matches. I really would love to see those two guys have a big feud over the NXT Championship. So now we're on to WrestleMania itself, and the first 3 of these matches are pre-show. Firstly, the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. We don't really know all the contestants or combatants or contenders for these Battle Royals. I would like to see somebody like Goldust maybe win it, but I can't really see it. Unfortunately, he deserves a lot more than he's getting in WWE. But I'm going to go with Matt Hardy on this one, actually. He's getting a lot of attention. He's very popular right now with the fans, and I think it would be a neat little addition to the career accomplishments that Matt Hardy has been able to achieve. So I'm going to go Matt Hardy. The Women's Battle Royal, I'm going to go Sonya Deville on this one. Again, we don't know the full field of it, and although I'd like to see NXT women being part of this, like Nikki Cross, who again I've been a fan of hers for about the same period, about 7 years. Killian Dane, big part of the UK scene. Big loss to the UK scene when they signed with WWE. I'd still love to hear the story of how Killian Dane got signed to WWE. Not the why, because we know that because he's so talented. People have not seen his skills yet, but all the attention, all the kind of stuff was on Nikki Cross, then Nikki Storm being signed, and then he was suddenly announced as signing. We knew that he may go to America to follow her, long story, but they were both signed, thankfully, and I'm really glad to see they're getting an opportunity. But I am going Sonya Deville on the women's battle royal because I think she's done a lot of publicity for WWE lately. I think they're very interested in Sonya Deville, and I think this might be a good starting place for her. Just to see people's reaction of her winning a quite major featured match. The third and last pre-show match, Cedric Alexander versus Mustafa Ali for the vacant Cruiserweight Championship. I'm going to go Cedric Alexander on this because I just think he's in a better position. I think he's just slightly better. Who knows, Mustafa Ali may shock us a little bit and win the Cruiserweight Championship and be better than I think he could be, but I just think Cedric Alexander is probably in a better position right now to carry that championship. The main WrestleMania matches, well, these two I can link in together, the first two that I've got listed. I'm going in reverse order for these again. Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. This one this one links into the next one of Kurt Angle and Ronda Rousey versus Triple H and Stephanie, because I can see one of these matches being a kind of a babyface victory, and one of them something happened where the team is screwed out of victory. I could actually I'm just going without going into it because I think I might be wrong. I might be doing this the wrong way, but I think Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn may win this their match, so I'm going for them. And I think something, because I think something may happen to cause Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon the victory, and I'm going to Kurt Angle and Ronda Rousey to win over Triple H and Stephanie McMahon. I think I might be wrong. I might be doing this the wrong way. I think Kurt Angle and Ronda Rousey might get screwed out of their victory, and Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon win their match. But I can't see both of these kind of babyface good guy teams winning, both returns to the ring winning. I kind of feel that WWE won't book it that way, so I think Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon will lose. So I'm going Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, and obviously if they win they'll be rehired to SmackDown. Again, one of them may, or both of them may end up going to Raw in this draft shake-up that might happen. And I'm going to go Kurt Angle and Ronda Rousey to win. So I'm going Owens and Zayn to win their match against Bryan and McMahon and Shane. And I'm going Kurt Angle and Ronda Rousey to win over Triple H and Stephanie McMahon. So Owens and Zayn to win, Angle and Rousey to win those two matches. Again, it's maybe a convoluted, slightly confused explanation there. The Usos, Jimmy and Jay, to defend the SmackDown Tag Team Championships against the New Day and the Bludgeon Brothers. I'm going to go the Usos to retain. I still think the New Day are kind of reaching a bit of a stale kind of thing. I think they kind of maybe need to start thinking, like the Bullet Club I actually think as well. That's not going to be popular, but I think the Bullet Club need to maybe call it a day a little bit. I think it's been around for quite a few years now, with like AJ Styles and Gallows and Anderson. The way that they started it, and I think the New Day is kind of the same. They need to kind of maybe call an end to it before fans start turning on it. So I'm just going to go Usos to retain the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. Cesaro and Sheamus will defend the Raw Tag Team Championship against Braun Strowman and a partner yet to be declared or announced. Some people are saying obviously it's Rey Mysterio. I'm not entirely sure. He has got a bicep injury. Some people are saying Bray Wyatt. Either or, I would like to see Braun Strowman and his partner take the victory in the WWE Raw Tag Team Championships. I think it would be a great WrestleMania moment for Braun Strowman and his partner. I don't think Cesaro and Sheamus would really be hugely hurt by a defeat at WrestleMania. I really don't think. Cesaro's not reached the level, unfortunately, I would love him to reach, but I think Braun Strowman and his partner take the victory. I would prefer, and so I'm going for that. I'll try and go through these matches fairly quickly, because I'm already about 15 minutes, at least 14 and a half minutes, 15, well actually about 15 minutes once I put the short intro on. Charlotte Flair against Asuka for the Women's Championship. I want Asuka there. I think it's at least a year too early to defeat Asuka. For the Raw Women's Championship, Alexa Bliss defending against Nia Jax. I would love to see Nia Jax take the victory. I think she deserves it. I think she's in a position where she should take the Raw Women's Championship. I know it's that kind of body positive kind of message that WWE will be sending, which is obviously not a bad thing at all. But I think, I think that in this case Nia Jax deserves a Raw Women's Championship reign. I really do. I think she should take the title. That's the way that they should go down. And have it a kind of a body positive message in her reign if they want to. And do something with it. At least to do something with her, hopefully, during her reign. But I'm going to go for Nia Jax and win the Raw Women's Championship. Alexa Bliss has been good as a champion, but I think they need to switch the title. The Fatal 4-Way match for the United States Championship is Randy Orton defending against Bobby Roode, against Jinder Mahal, and against Rusev. I'd actually going to go for just simply Bobby Roode. I like to see Bobby Roode get a WrestleMania moment. Wasn't really happy when he dropped the championship, so I'm going to go Bobby Roode to regain the United States Championship. The triple threat match for the Intercontinental Championship, The Miz versus Seth Rollins versus Finn Balor. Again, I'm not entirely sure that WWE will book loads of babyface victories on this card. So I would like to see Finn Balor walk away as the Intercontinental Championship. So, you know what? I'm just going to go for it. Finn Balor to win the Intercontinental Championship. My mind says that The Miz might win it or Seth Rollins will win it. But I'm going to go Finn Balor. I'm just going to go Finn Balor to walk out the Intercontinental Champion. I think he's held that championship. I'm not entirely sure. I can't remember. But I'm going to go for Finn Balor in the triple threat match for the Intercontinental Championship. The next match, one I'm really looking forward to seeing, AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura for the Universal Championship. This is going to be a good match. To be honest, it's the WWE Championship. I'm on about. I'm looking at the wrong thing. But AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura for the WWE Championship. I've just got it written down here wrong. It's screwed up for some of the transfer of this. But for the WWE Championship, AJ Styles defending against Shinsuke Nakamura. I'm going to go Shinsuke Nakamura. I think, again, so many babyface victories at this WrestleMania are really possible. But again, I can't see WWE going down that route. But I'd love to see Shinsuke Nakamura win the WWE Championship. Then actually for the Universal Championship, I've restarted this a few times, by the way, due to various things, so I'm not going to restart it because I know I screwed up there. But WWE Championship goes to Shinsuke Nakamura. For the Universal Championship, I'm going to go Roman Reigns. I hate to say that, but I think Brock Lesnar is finishing up with WWE. I think is going back to UFC. He's going to go train for UFC for UFC fights. So I think Roman Reigns, unfortunately, will win. I would like to see AJ Styles Shinsuke Nakamura match be the main event. Hopefully with good planning and good work on the match, that will be one of the best matches of the night. So I'd actually like to see Nakamura versus AJ Styles as actually the main event, but I've got it listed here. Lesnar versus Roman Reigns as the last match. So, but I'm going to go, like I said, I'm going to go Roman Reigns because I think Lesnar is leaving for UFC again. So I think Roman Reigns is going to win the Universal Championship. I really don't like. I suppose he is a decent talent, but I'm, again, like many people, I'm not really a huge fan of Roman Reigns. I think he was immediately pushed as the good guy, smiling. They changed his character too much. He should have been like a kind of super soldier, kind of almost maybe, what's the word? A kind of gun for hire almost. I can't remember. Mercenary. That's a mercenary. He used to be kind of a babyface mercenary. I think coming out of the Shield, but they didn't hum like that. So I think Roman Reigns is going to actually win the Universal Championship. Mostly because Brock Lesnar, I think, is leaving for UFC. I will say the John Cena Undertaker match, will it happen? I kind of hope not, but I can see it happening. I think we might see Undertaker come down as the American Badass. Kid Rock's been inducted in the Hall of Fame. Who performed, at least initially, Undertaker's American Badass theme? It was of course, Kid Rock. I can see the match happening. I don't think it's going to be a classic thought. I think Undertaker should have hung it up last year. I think he should have. The one thing that kind of urged me, I'm going far longer than I want to, but this is WrestleMania. I will say that if this match was really going to happen, I think they would have publicised it more. They should have said, at least come see John Cena. One of their biggest stars was The Undertaker. Another one of their biggest stars. So whether the match will actually take place, I'm kind of highly doubtful. We might get an Undertaker appearance, but whether the match will take place, I'm not sure. And if it does, I'm going to go Undertaker. If the match does happen, if John Cena comes to the ring and demands that the Undertaker come to the ring and have a match with him, and it ends up happening, I'm going to pick Undertaker for the victory, because I think after his losses, Undertaker needs a victory. I think it's time for him to hang up. I've said it the last couple of years, but if the John Cena Undertaker match does happen, I've got to go for Undertaker. I really do. So I think Undertaker's got to take the victory if that match does happen. I'm looking forward to Takeover. Looking forward to WrestleMania. It's going to be good. Whatever happens, I think the matches will be good. I think Takeover might steal the show a little bit from WrestleMania. That might be due to a few things, due to the length of WrestleMania, plus, the card's okay. There's not the huge stellar, there's not the real big feuds, kind of the real, the catching fight. The feuds are not really catching fire right recently in WWE, which I think that a lot of the viewership, the ratings can attest to that. But it's going to be a good weekend anyway. Takeover, WrestleMania. It's that time of year again. Whether you really enjoy modern WWE or not, I think there's surely going to be something for everyone in these shows. It's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. It's WrestleMania. I know some people again are looking to post WrestleMania to see what happens after, but I think this year's WrestleMania has a chance of being a very good one.